With so many artistic hands in this project, including Kaws for the bottle design, from Pharrell and the brand of Comme des Garcons to even the nose Antoine lie, you would think this project right here would be a huge success. Alas, this Comme des Garcons release is now in bargain bins with your favorite Calvin Kleins and Tommy Hilfigers. Let's see for this price now in the bargain bin. Is it worth a pickup for you? What's going on, YouTube fragrance family? Welcome to another Robes 08 fragrance review. Today I'm putting my nose on the house of Comme des Garcons and their scent for the celebrity Pharrell Williams called Girl. So let's take a look at the stats on Girl. Hit the shelves in 2014. Bottle size is what you see here is what you're going to get, the 3.3 ounce. They also released a little 10 milliliter travel size, which was offered also. Concentration, this is Eau de Parfum. Group, this is an aromatic fragrance. A lot of florals in this fragrance. We got some woods in the back end, but I'm going to get into that. Pricing, retail, this is where I think this fragrance, the sales, it hurt itself with the pricing. 130 to 145 USD retail. Ouch. Fell from heaven because it's down to 20 bucks in the bargain bins, give or take. That's the kicker here. Is this worth your 20 bucks? First and foremost, before I get into the meat potatoes of the fragrance review, I want to thank my partner, fragrancefamily.com. You can utilize my sweet code ROBES08. Sadly, today I checked it out and this is no longer in stock at Fragrance X, but you can always put in your email. They'll let you know once it's back in stock. Hopefully it comes back in stock at the price that I got it for because it was very, very, very cheap. Nose behind this one is Antoine. This guy, a known nose for Comme des Garcons, has done several for the brand. Now, looking at the note breakdown that you're going to see very soon on the screen is you don't see anything odd as far as the note breakdown goes or anything different here, which Comme des Garcons is actually well known for. You know, they got a fragrance called Garage that I own. I absolutely love that one. They got a fragrance called Tar. They're really known for their odd stuff. You're going to see in this fragrance very safe. Very pleasant. And let's take a look at the notes and we'll see what we got here. So up top we have neroli, lavender, and white pepper. So we got some florals. In the middle we got some more florals here, violet, styrax, and iris. In the base we got vetiver, sandalwood, cedarwood, and patchouli. So we got some woods and some greens here. Major notes to this nose right here would have to be the violet. It's violet heavy, sandalwood more into the deep dry down, and that iris. You're going to get a lot of powdery nuances and a lot of creaminess, which a lot of these notes throw off. How many sprays in wear? Now, when I wear Girl, one on the chest, my usual, my standard, 2 on the neck, so 1 on each side, here and here. I'm wearing a long sleeve, but I got my sleeves rolled up, so I'll put inner elbows here with this one. That is how many sprays I wear with Girl. So a few things I found out about Pharrell, which will make sense while reviewing this fragrance. And I thought they were some interesting things, interesting topics before I review the actual scent and how this scent was actually built. First and foremost, he was quoted as saying, "There's something I really like about the scent of Johnson's Lavender Baby line." Okay. This scent has a few notes that will remind him of this, including, of course, the lavender in this scent and the powdery aspects of the iris and the violet. Pharrell also smelled Wonderwood by Comme des Garcons, a woman, one day, and he bought it for his wife, but then he started wearing it, and that got him into the brand of Comme des Garcons. So hence, of course, them working together. This is how he discovered Comme des Garcons and its scents. And it also showed his love for woody scents, which Girl utilizes a good base of woods here. Pharrell also, in his earlier years, used to wear Fahrenheit. The attachment of liking the violet leaf, which is different to the violet flower that's in here. But at the same time, you can see the correlation here of Pharrell liking this particular fragrance that we see right here. Now it's time to dissect Girl. I'm just going to remind myself of the introduction. I'm going to let you guys know from top to bottom what this scent smells like. We're going to delve into the notes, which ones are prominent, which ones are duds, and what the whole thing smells like together. So let's get into it. Let's smell it. And Girl immediately goes floral. Immediately throws a very heavy violet note, which is dancing with other florals, namely the neroli, we got the iris, and we also have the lavender in here. The violets here are the dominant force in Girl, and they will continue this theme throughout the scent. The violet in Girl is a beautiful representation of the note. As to my nose, it's full-bodied. It gives the user everything that you'd come to expect from the note of violet. Violet gives fragrances earthy tones. It also gives a powdery tone to a fragrance, and it does here. It really does give an earthy quality, but most prominent is that powdery scent that resembles another note in Girl, actually, which is the iris. I felt the secondary notes here in the opening start spilling more into the mid. This would be that mild, screechy lavender that Pharrell loves, which is your typical dryer sheet lavender. It just smells cheap to me. I'm not a fan of this note, but I can see the reasoning why it's in here because of Pharrell's love of that particular note. I could go without it, to be quite honest, and it kind of cheapens the scent for me. But I can see, depending on your taste, if you really love lavender, this one has a good amount of it. I wouldn't say a boatload, but a good amount of it. There's a peppery kick that is, again, mildly there. It's just there. I felt it, but it doesn't have much of a role in Girl. The iris, though, in here is well blended, and it gives a slightly powdery, some kind of say a soapy quality to the scent, which I could see that because with iris and you got lavender in here, it will kind of remind you because of iris's powdery take, and then lavenders, of course, that soapy quality to the fragrance will give you kind of like a soap type feel aspect to this scent. The iris in here is not very potent, but if you miss it in the introduction, you won't miss this powdery aspect more into the mid as it's kind of cranked up a little bit. And as you can see in the mid, you got that iris and you got the violet, both powdery scents, both close cousins to each other, very close florals to each other, and that's what you get in this mid. There's some styrax in here that gives Girl a thin layer of resins, which mostly throws off kind of like a vanilla-like quality here with a mild labdanum-like leather. Think burnt rubber. It has a little bit of that. You're going to say, oh, there's that edge from Comme des Garcons. No, it doesn't have much edge to it. It's very tame. It is so mild, but it does give the scent some richness to it. It gives it some creamy quality too, but that's also going to be met with the creamy sandalwood more into the dry down. In the deeper dry down, the scent remains very much linear to my nose as the major player stays the same. The violet is still kicking here and it's still your main theme. The woody aspects start showing their colors, but are fairly mild here to my nose, which is actually quite surprising with so many woody aspects more into this dry down. In the note breakdown, you got cedar, you got sandalwood, you got some vetiver here. You would think there would be more woods in this dry down. So they're fairly mild, but they're there. And Pharrell's love of wonderwood, I'm surprised there's not that much wood here as far as the central theme of the fragrance. I felt some vetiver, some patchouli green combo in the heart, which spills more into the deeper dry down with the cedar and sandalwood. The sandalwood, in my opinion, I felt had the larger role of the woods here, giving that Girl that creamy, woody base. Overall, Girl did not do well in sales for Pharrell and Comme des Garcons as they thought they would get here. I believe the price point could be a good reason for it not to sell well. Marketing could be another thing, as many customers that love Pharrell as an artist or the like conventional celebrity fragrances, especially in the women's aisle, they wanted a fruity floral, and they didn't get a fruity floral right here. So, and men could kind of stay away from this just because of the title of the fragrance. And it was, of course, a Pharrell Williams scent. They may stay away from this fragrance. So despite the name girl, I hope some men check this fragrance out and they don't skip it just because of that, because it's decent scent for the price that it's selling now. As a whole, yes, this isn't a very unique scent. There's not much here that you haven't smelt if you've been on this journey with fragrances for a while. It's a little surprising to me how safe a scent this was from an avant-garde house like Comme des Garcons, and with so many artistic hands in building this scent. Maybe they were just trying to make a top seller and went the safe route. It's well blended to my nose, and for that, it will get some good marks. Now, looking at recommended age, first and foremost, like it says on the bottle, unisex. Women, men can wear this. As far as age range, anybody, from teens to grandpa, it's all good. Fragrances that this reminds me of, it's very, very, I know this is compared to Fahrenheit so much. Fahrenheit utilizes violet leaf, and this utilizes violet. Two different scent profiles, in my opinion. And we all know that Pharrell liked Fahrenheit, and people put that all together. I feel like this smells more like He Would. He Would utilizes violet and violet leaf, both of them. And this pulls a lot of that from He Would, very, very close to each other. So if you like He Would from D Squared, the original He Would, try this one out if you want, because they're very close to each other. Best time to wear this fragrance. This type of fragrance is in pleasant, easy to wear, daily wear scent, a work type scent. It's just one of those that can be a signature scent during the day. Seasons. I can see this best for spring. Fall, you can wear it during the fall, and summer nights. Development, linear, average, or complex. Very much linear. There's not much going on with this fragrance. Is this one work appropriate? Yeah, go ahead, spray some on. Signature scent worthy? Yes, definitely. I just feel like the artistic style of this fragrance, it just isn't good for a night out, personally for me. Summer nights, it's good just because of the build of the fragrance, but as far as dates and stuff like that, I like something a little more playful, something a little more interesting that will show a little more personality to the fragrance. That's the way I like them. I don't like something that just doesn't stand out, and this is one of those that just doesn't stand out of the sea of fragrances that I've smelt. It just doesn't. The bottle does, though. That's a crazy looking bottle. So let's get into my rating system. Let's see what it gets. Projection longevity, as you can see, fairly average. You got 5 across the board. A projection, average, 5. Longevity, 5. 4 to 6 hours on my skin, any given wearing. Compliment factor, this one, again, very average. 5 bottles out of 10. It will garner you some compliments. I'm not gonna lie, it does. But it's, again, fairly average as a scent. Uniqueness, 5. Average, again. It's getting 5s across the board here. Pricing versus what you get. I'm going to give this score to what it is currently. This fragrance you can get very, very cheap at a lot of discounters. While you can get it for cheap, get it for cheap now. I think this stuff is getting very scarce now, that it's starting to get to that spot that there's not much left anymore in the black market, where this fragrance is going to start going up in price. It's going to go in the 50s, 80s, and then sky's the limit. I'm not telling you to buy 10 bottles because that's what's going to happen to it. This is not the stock market here. Don't roll the dice on girl. But pricing versus what you get. For the price I got and what I got as far as the scent goes, I'm very, very happy. I'm going to give it 8 bottles out of 10. Versatility, this is where it shines. 7 bottles out of 10. It's a very versatile fragrance. And that goes to smell. I enjoyed this scent. I really did. Do I think it's a superstar? No. Is it even top 10 worthy for Comme des Garcons? Not even close. Celebrity scents, maybe now we're talking. As far as celebrity scents, this has the build of a solid scent. And that's one thing that a lot of celebrity scents don't have, is the build. And what I mean by that is the notes work well together. The thing actually lasts on your skin. And very good composition as a scent. And of course, Antoine line is beautiful nose out there that can do some great things. So I'm going to give it 7 bottles out of 10, which is a fairly good score. And that goes to an overall score, girl from Comme des Garcons and Pharrell Williams. I'm going to give it a 6 bottles out of 10, just a little above average for a violet-based fragrance. There's a lot of them out there. There is, I'm not going to lie. And I think 6 is actually pretty good score as what I gave in my whole description. 6. And that goes to buy, try, or pass. And that goes all up to you. I wasn't blown away, but I don't think this is trash. And for the price that it's selling for now, is a try, definite try. If you can get your hands on it and just sniff it and see where you're at. It all depends on your journey. If you're not a collector like me, this is not going to be worth it for you. I think that you may have something already that does what this does. So you just got to think about it a little bit. And if you can test it out, go test it out. So that's it. That's my review on Girl by Pharrell Williams and Comme des Garcons. Thank you for watching my review. I'd love to hear your take in the comments below. Please leave a comment below. Tell us what you think about this fragrance. Buy, try, or pass. Tell us if it's good, great, terrible, junk. I'd love to hear your take. Is it worth the price that they were selling it at or what they're selling it now? Bargain bin, is it worth it for people to go get it? I'd love to hear your take on that. And please remember, a great or poor fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching, YouTube.